Okay, I welcome you to Munka Piggery Farm Limited. Okay, this is your chief consultant, Mr. Nkandu. I'm actually going to run you through on the selection of breeding. Okay, so it's very important when you want to start up a piggery farming business, or maybe you are already in there. It's important to have a skill on how to select the perfect breed. Okay, so today we are actually going to look at the first breed, the first piggery, or I mean pig breeds that you can select. So this one is Mukota breed. So what is this Mukota breed? What are some of the advantages and disadvantages of this breed? As you may be aware, in everything on this earth, there is a disadvantage and advantages. But what determines is the measurement of these two. What do I mean? When the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, meaning you can go for that particular breed. So in this case, we are saying Mukota breed. So Mukota breed, this is Mukota pigs. Okay, so Mukota pigs are hard and well adapted to the harsh tropical environment in Zambia. So these, they are very hard and they are tolerant to tropical environment in Zambia. What does that mean? Tropical environment in Zambia, we are actually talking about the temperature, so to say. The good example that I can give, maybe the high temperature. These, they are tolerant to that. Okay. Then they are black without any shades or spots. So Mukota breed, they are just black. Okay, there is no spot or shade. Okay, then they are too tolerant of high temperature. Okay, just like I alluded to on the tropical environment. So they are tolerant of high temperature, diseases, and poor nutrition. So meaning this type of breed, Mukota breed, even if you are not giving them enough food, the food that are full of maybe nutrients and energy, they will still survive. They are tolerant. Even if you happen to expose them to high temperature, the environment where there is a higher temperature, for example, maybe your farm where it is positioned, the temperature is almost high, even the way the pens, the housing, the way you have constructed them, you have not left the ventilations to allow air to pass through so that temperature can be reduced. If there are no ventilation, there are no windows, meaning that particular house is going to have high temperature. So now they are saying Mukota breed, they are tolerant. They are no problem, even if the temperature is very high. Even if there is poor nutrition, you are not giving them balanced feed, they will still survive. Okay, the naturally Mukota has a selective advantage to survive and produce on a low plane of nutrition, that is feeds with low proteins and energy, just like I said in area. Okay, so that is naturally of Mukota breed. Them, their selective advantage to survive. Okay, and them, they can reproduce on a plain nutrition. Plain nutrition, they can still reproduce. Okay, food low in energy, low in proteins, starch, carbohydrates, and the like, they will still do what? Reproduce. That is Mukota. So Mukota breed is very strong type of breed. Then water consumption is also very low, and a liter can survive on 6 liters weekly. So can you imagine 6 liters weekly? A liter can still survive. Okay, so this type of breed can survive at a at a very low water level, and a liter can survive. So that's a good part of Mukota. Okay. Then the other point that I can talked about is the breed can strive on high fibrous diet compared to other pig breeds to an enlarged vacuum where significant hindgut fermentation occurs. Okay, so for this one, it can still survive when it is taking food rich in what? Fibers. Then the breed can easily survive under very unhygienic conditions, testifying to their high disease resistance. So this type of breed has got high disease resistance. So like what I was talking about earlier, to those of you who have been following, when I was actually talking about the control, the disease control of pigs, I mentioned about the prevention where you should always be making sure that the pens are dry and clean. Now, for this type of breed, even if the pens they are wet, they can still do what? Survive. Why? Because they have high disease resistant. Okay, they tolerate. Then the carcass yields about 30% less than that of the large white. So now the carcass, we are talking about the meat, the carcass, that is meat. The meat now yields that will come out is less by 30% to that of what? Large white. Because large white is one of the breed as well, a different breed. So they are saying for this type of breed, large white produce more, okay, meat than the Mukota breed. Then poor growth rate, early maturing, and deposition of fat, poor litter size but highly fertile. So these are some of the disadvantages of this same type of um, um, breed. Okay, it has poor rate, poor growth rate. When it comes to growth, very poor, early maturing, it mature very early. Okay, and deposition of what? Fat. A lot of fats there in there. Then poor little size. Even the liters they are very small. Okay, but highly fertile. They are fertile, so they can reproduce. Okay, so this is the type of breed that I would want us to know. Okay, so now after explaining about this type of breed, quite all right, you have heard that this breed has got a highly disease resistance. So meaning on that point you cannot incur losses because you are not going to to put more, okay, in terms of medications. Then apart from that, we have heard that it doesn't matter about the feed, okay. So when it comes to feed, you can feed them any type of feed, even if there is no nutrients, there is no energy, they can still do what? Survive. Then also they are tolerant to high temperature, they can still grow. Then the other part now, the other side, the negative side is that when it comes to meat production, you know, when you are owning a farm, piggery farm, you are there to make profit. So even the type of pigs that you are producing has to be that kind of pigs that can give you more money in your pocket. Okay, now if the meat is too little, how do you expect to have enough uh, profit? Then when the fat is also too much, the deposition of fat is also too much, you cannot make more profit. Okay, then apart from that, again, poor growth, they are always not all that big, they are small. then poor litter size also, even the litters are very small. So that is the bad part of this particular Mukota, this particular breed. So what I can encourage is that for business, you cannot go for this particular breed if you are there to do business. Okay. Or what I wanted is you to know more about it. But again, it depends. There are some farmers who would want to do what? To get the same breed. It's fine. Okay, you can still be making some monies there, because when you look at the cost there, is not all that too much. Okay, so thank you so very much for paying particular attention, and please see to it that you share this particular uh, tutorial, share it so that others can also get something. You also like my Facebook page, Munka Piggery Farm, my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe there, as well as to comment. Okay, make sure you comment there what you have gained or what you have learned from this particular presentation on Mukota breed. Thank you so very much.